Welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and this is just a brief video to introduce Darth Nihilus, Sith Assassin, and Sith Trooper. That's right, 3 new characters drop. There is also a new ship. Kylo Ren has a new ship. It is a for purchase only ship at this time, so I'm not going to worry about that ship too much. I just wanted to go over the basics. Now, I will do the character reviews more in depth when they're maxed out and we have the ability to kind of look at them. But here is Darth Nihilus. He is classified as a support, and he has a ton of abilities. First, his basic, Ceaseless Craving. It deals special damage to a target enemy and dispels all buffs on them. That is really, really cool because he's got a dispel on his basic, just like Sun Fac. That is awesome. On his first special, Drain Force, it will deal special damage to all enemies. So this is an AoE with a 50% chance, and of course that's doubled against debuffed enemies, so a 100% chance against debuffed enemies to increase their cooldowns by 1. Make it harder on them to play their abilities by giving them an additional cooldown. For each cooldown that's increased, so if there's 5 debuffed enemies, they'll all get increases. It would reduce this cooldown by that many. So if he increases the cooldown of 5 characters, he's going to decrease the cooldown of this, which means he could pretty much use this Drain Force over and over and over. And that is just absolutely amazing. So that's pretty cool. The other thing is he's doing special damage there and special damage here. So he's a special damage dealer. His second special, called Annihilate, instantly defeats a target enemy. Nihilus will gain max health equal to 40% of the target's max health. Now this cannot be evaded, and it starts on cooldown. What that means is it has an 8 cooldown. So on turn 8, he just gets to destroy somebody across the way, and it cannot be evaded or avoided. So Annihilate's pretty amazing. I love that. Now, he has a leadership ability called Lord of Hunger. Sith allies are going to gain offense 30% and 70% health steal. OMG. Sith allies lose all protection and gain that much max health. Sith allies are immune to healing effects that aren't health steal and can't score critical hits. This is insane. I'm interested to see how it'll play out, but really this is pretty amazing because it's converting basically the protection into health, and then they get 70% health steal, which is absolutely nuts because their health steal is based on how much damage they're doing. And it says they are immune to healing effects that aren't the health steal, and then they can't score critical hits, so that will limit the amount of health steal they're going to be able to get. But still, 30% base offense means they're going to hit hard even if they're not critting, so that is pretty cool. I would be interested to see how that plays. And Wound in the Force is his unique. At the start of his turns, Nihilus has a 70% chance to inflict damage over time for 2 turns on just a random enemy that doesn't have any debuffs. So he's just going to ensure everybody's debuffed across the way. If any enemies are debuffed, inflict damage over time on a random enemy. So he's going to give it 2 of them to one who doesn't have it, but if they all have it, he's just going to give a random one to one of their characters across the way. So that's Darth Nihilus. What do you think? Let's go ahead and check out the other 2 ads. Sith Assassin, pretty simple, 3 abilities. The first ability, a basic called Exploit Weakness, says it deals physical damage. Now, Nihilus does special damage, but Sith Assassin does physical damage. Deal it to a target enemy and inflict evasion down for 2 turns. Going to make sure that they can't be evasive. If the target was already debuffed, gain stealth for 2 turns. If Sith Assassin's already stealthed, ignore the target's protection on this damage. That's pretty awesome. And then Dark Shroud, first special, has a cooldown of 4, and it's dispel all debuffs from Sith Assassin and gain stealth and foresight for 2 turns. So a self-dispelling character. That's pretty amazing. If she already has stealth, she'll gain speed up and tenacity up for 2 turns, making her faster and more tenacious. Sith allies will gain turn meter, 4% at the beginning, for each buff on her. That's pretty awesome because she could have multiple buffs A very, very interesting ability. The last special has a cooldown of 4 called Electrocute. It deals physical damage to a target enemy and inflicts stun. So it's going to do damage and stun them. If Sith Assassin already has stealth, and that's probably going to happen, dispel all buffs from your Sith Assassin and deal 5% more damage for each dispelled effect and each living Sith ally. So if you have 4 other Sith allies and you have a couple of buffs, you're going to do 25 or 30% more damage on this ability and dispel all of the buffs off of her. So pretty cool abilities. I don't think that Sith Assassin is overpowered by any standard, but definitely has a lot of synergy with Sith. Darth Nihilus is pretty amazing. I think he's got his place or his home inside of Sith for sure. And then Sith Trooper is the last one. He's a tank, a Sith tank. Very special, very basic. I mean, just 3 abilities, but these are pretty amazing. Disruptor Blast is his basic. It will deal damage, physical damage, to a target enemy with a 40% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. Defense down means that they're not going to be able to withstand the blasts of what you're doing as easily. Think about Darth Maul and how hard he hits already. Now you've got Sith Trooper dropping defense down on these characters, which means that all of your heavy hitting Sith are going to hit that much harder. He has a special. The special is an AoE. It deals physical damage to all enemies with a 40% chance to inflict offense down. So we've got defense down, and now with this cooldown of only 3, you're going to inflict offense down for 1 turn. And this attack is going to ignore their protection. So all the protection they have, regardless of what protection they have, attack is going to do damage to their health and ignore that protection. Pretty awesome. And then Viking's Legacy Sith Trooper has plus 40% defense, okay, so he's going to be much stronger defensively. Whenever a Sith ally uses a special ability, and that's pretty much almost every single turn other than their basics, or falls below 50% health, so they're about to die, Sith Trooper gains defense up for 2 turns. Now, if he's already got that defense up, he gains taunt for 2 turns. And if he already has taunt, he'll gain retribution for 2 turns. So it kind of builds upon itself. Pretty awesome ability, but he's going to naturally have that higher defense rate. And then anytime they're using special abilities or they fall below health, he's going to gain these abilities. So they use a special ability, he gets defense up. They use another special ability, he gets taunt for 2 turns. They use another special ability, he gets retribution for 2 turns. Do you see how fast this stacks? Because the rest of the team is using special abilities. So very, very cool. Those are the 3 Sith Troopers. I gotta go tonight to do some fun stuff. I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys to explain the basics of the new guys. What do you think of the Siths that are being added? As always, have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. Keep your gaming on. Warrior, out.